Hello guys and welcome to another lesson in Charlie English for You. Como siempre es un placer poder tenerles en nuestro canal. Gracias por sintonizar nuestros videos y estoy muy emocionado porque el día de hoy tenemos la compañía de alguien muy especial que va a estar compartiendo esos tips para poder aprender inglés. Y bueno, vamos a hacerlo como una excusa para utilizarlo como una técnica de listening skills, ¿ok? Así que saquen sus cuadernos porque al final vamos a tener algunas preguntas basado en lo que él nos dijo, así que vamos a escuchar a nuestro invitado especial del día. Welcome everybody, stay tuned.
So, hello everyone. Obviously, thank you for watching. And my name is Luis Arias. I am from Caracas, Venezuela. I was born there in 2004 and moved to Bogota in 2010. So, it's been a lot of years here. I've met great people, and I've had the best experiences of my life in Colombia. It's been quite a thrilling ride, and I'm so happy to be here, of course, helping Charlie, my best friend, my biggest friend of all, of course, always. Unfortunately, yes, he is. I mean, he still has to learn a lot of things about me. I still have to teach him quite a few things here and there, but overall, he's a very nice dude. You know, I'll give him the funny side. He's funny, but you know, he's still missing quite a few traits that I must teach him a little bit. So yeah, unfortunately, we don't want to have another brother. With him, that's enough for me. He just brings a lot of trouble to the family, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, he's a great person, and he graduated from the school a couple of years ago. He's in college right now, so he's doing well overall. But still, he needs a little bit of practice, you know, so I'm going to try my hardest to improve everything that he needs to improve. Oh, so, I mean, English has opened a lot of doors for me. In school, I've had the chance to host a lot of events that the school organizes sometimes, like English days. I've been able to host a lot of those. I actually gave a closing ceremony speech last year for my fellow classmates, which was pretty special. I did it in English and I wrote it all by myself in English, so it was a very fantastic experience. I mean, the school always provides doors and opportunities for you to kind of improve your level and kind of, you know, get used to these kinds of experiences. And I mean, that's more of a local experience, and then in a more international experience, I had the chance of going to London, England in 2019 when I was in 8th grade, and it was actually the best experience I've had. I was practically by myself. I was with a group of other guys from other schools, but in general I was, you know, pretty much by myself, and I had the chance to meet a lot of great people, different cultures. My communication skills, I think, in English got super improved at amazing levels, and I think those kinds of experiences really help to shape up the world for you. They provide a new perspective, new ways to see the world. I was able to talk to a lot of Chinese students, French students, Swedish students. I mean, you know, I can pretty much go on. So it was a tremendous thing that I mean, if you have the chance to go to, not just to England, but to any other country in the world and, you know, practice your English, I really recommend that. So I really hope these kinds of experiences, or I mean the anecdote that I had for you in the last question, really helps out to kind of inspire you to learn the language. I think English has become the international language of the world, and you know, as each day passes, I think it's becoming more important to learn it. Because we're usually communicating with people from different countries, especially if we're at work, for example. You have to communicate with people that are from another country and you don't speak their own language. So English is like the only choice you may have in those kinds of moments. But, going beyond that, I think English does, as I said before, it does open a lot of doors for you. It provides you with great experiences that at first you might not even know about. But then once you start grasping the language, once you start practicing it, it may be in a formal way with a teacher. You could learn it in an informal way. Whichever way, I think if you practice it, if you put a lot of passion to it, I motivate you to just pursue it, and the opportunities will come to you, definitely. So I think my main recommendation is for you to not feel insecure while speaking. Try to speak to yourself. Try to, those times when you're walking around your house and you just start saying things to yourself. Try to say them in English, or try to look at yourself in the mirror and speak to yourself in English. I think that's one of the most, like the easiest technique you can have. It's such an informal practice that we usually do every single day. And I think if you do it in English, it could work. I speak to myself in English, and I think I'm reinforcing a lot of vocabulary, a lot of words. It just makes me feel like an English speaker overall. So that would be one of my first recommendations. And also, as I said before, learn from your mistakes. Try to be better at it by not being scared of it. That sounds a little bit philosophical, but I think you should. Obviously, you're gonna make mistakes, as always. I've made mistakes speaking the language, and I've spoken it for like a lot of years now. And even when filming this video, I've made a ton of mistakes already. So just embrace it as it is. You're going to make mistakes, and that's the fun part of it. You learn. Even the native speakers make mistakes themselves. So, it's all good. If you make mistakes, it doesn't matter. Learn from them, laugh at them. It is what it is, and then after all, it's all a learning process. So I recommend you to just take it lightly, take it easily. After all, it is your opportunity to learn the language. So don't be scared of it. Try to embrace it as something of your daily life. Try to speak to it. If you have a family member in another country, in the US, or maybe a friend, well, talk to them in English. Try to watch news in English. Try to watch movies, read books in English. And you may not understand a few things at first, but once you start grabbing it, and once you start, progressing, it's all a journey, it's all a path. So it's all about that.
Okay, Luis, well, thank you very much for being in our show today, in our class.
No, thank you for inviting me. You should invite me more often. I've told him many times to invite me more often, and I got it, finally. So it's a pleasure, of course.
Thank you very much for your company. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. And guys, how did you like the lesson? Were you able to understand him very well? That is the attitude. Well, I hope you answered all the questions right, and then you had a great time. Thank you very much for your time. Ya no tengo más que decir, más que thank you very much for coming with us. I'll see you guys in the next class. Bye-bye.